Okay everybody, today I'm going to show you how to replace your engine air filter on your Honda CR-V. This particular CR-V is 2022, it's the 4-cylinder engine, and some CR-Vs similar to years and engines may have a similar procedure to this. There may be some differences here and there, but for the most part, you should follow a similar amount of rules, for lack of a better term, in order to replace your engine air filter. So in this particular case, this is a 2022 CR-V. The engine air filter is located right inside here, okay? And here's the filter itself, if you need a part number and everything. All right, so first things first, obviously, make sure your engine is off when you do this, of course, and just make sure the car itself is off. Like whether you have a key or a push button start, make sure everything is completely turned off before you do this. So first things first, obviously, we need to get the old filter out of here, and in order to get this off, or to get the filter out of here, there are 4 screws you're going to see right here, and then another one right here, another one right there. Now, as you can see, you can use a Phillips screwdriver, or I would recommend, these are 8mm. I would recommend using an 8mm socket only because you probably have less chance of stripping them. You don't want to do that. And then once we loosen these screws, which I'll show you, we can go ahead and get the old filter out. Just a couple of other things to notice here. Do take notice of this tab that's right here on the front, okay? And along with the 4 screws, this part of the air filter assembly is also like friction fit on the air duct, which is right down here as you see that, okay? So when you loosen these 4 screws, you're also going to have to try to just pull this up carefully. Like, don't bend it when you pull it up. Try to pull it up as straight as you can, taking note of the air duct, of this other air duct right here. And just try to carefully get it off this other air duct here when you pull it up, so it should be able to come loose from the duct and get the filter out. All right, let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with this screw here. There is one thing I do want to point out to you, though. Don't fully remove the screw. At some point, the screw is going to become loose itself after you loosen it, and that's enough, and I'll show it to you right now. So again, we're going to take our 8mm socket, go to this screw right here, and just loosen it. Loosen it as much as you can. Well, I'm sorry, just loosen it till you feel loose, and you'll see what I mean. Okay, now this is what I mean. See how the screw is still there, but if you notice, see how I can move it up and down like that? That's what you want. As soon as it does that, you're good to go. So go ahead and do that same thing on the other 4 screws. Okay, now once you have all 4 of those screws loose like this, as I showed you, move them up and down, you want to lift this kind of from the right going to the left to get off that duct I showed you before. Just like that. See that? See? And right here is your engine air filter. So let's go ahead and take it out. It comes out just like this. Nice and easy. Okay. Now, the part that the air comes from is the bottom, and it doesn't look all that bad, but there is still some dirt on there. And since we have a new one, why don't we go ahead and replace it? So here's the old one. Let's go ahead and take a look at the new one. And just comparing the old to the new, yep, here's the old one with some dirt on it. Nice, fresh new one. Now, the space between the pleats, that doesn't matter. Well, what matters is that it has the same shape and everything, which it does. So we see that it does, so we should be all good. Let's go ahead and put it in. And if you want to know which way this filter goes in here, it's actually very simple. The flat part of the filter is what goes on top, and the protruding section is what goes on the bottom. And also, remember that tab I told you about? That tab faces the front. So now you know it goes in exactly like this. And also make sure that this rubber gasket is on the filter correctly all around. That way, no air leaks past the filter, so you don't get any unfiltered air going into your engine. So let's go ahead and put this in here. So the way it goes is you just lift this up again like you did before. And now you want to put this down here like that, and it should just drop in. And it does. Look at that, okay? Now remember, along with the 4 screws, there is this part right here that goes onto this air duct right there. And you want to make sure that that it seats properly. So we're going to go ahead and put this back down. Try to line up everything that we can. It's going onto the duct now. And I think, yep, it's on the duct now correctly. All the screw areas are fitting correct. Good, so now everything's back in place. Now all we have to do is retighten those 4 screws. Okay, when you tighten these screws, one point I do want to make here is that do it like you would do a car's wheel. Like, do it like, you know, cross from another. Do this one, then that one, and then that one and that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do it in a circle. And of course, do remember that we are screwing into plastic here. So all you want to do is just make this snug, not super tight. So like right there, it stopped turning. Gonna leave it alone right there. Same one with this one. Tighten it down. Then once it stops turning, right there, it's all set. So now do the same for the other 2. And once all those 4 screws are tightened down, that's it, you're done. So there you guys go. That is how you change the engine air filter on your Honda CR-V. As you can see, definitely not too hard of a job to do. If you do it yourself, you can definitely save yourself labor costs and also save yourself some time. Do it right at home. Don't have to wait for anybody to do it, you know? So there you guys go. So new engine air filter is in. Things should be running a lot better. Things are tightened down. So there you go. So if you do this yourself, hopefully this video is helpful to you. And if it is, awesome. Good luck if you try this job yourself. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.